We focus on the heart of the GLP-1 community. Real people, real stories, and the fight for affordable access. By listening, you are supporting our advocacy efforts to make these life-changing medications accessible to everyone who needs them. This isn't just a podcast, it's a movement. Welcome to the GLP-1 Collective.
Welcome to the GLP-1 Collective podcast. My name is Amanda Bonello, and this podcast supports a charitable nonprofit dedicated to advocating for affordable access to GLP-1 medications, normalizing their use through community-driven storytelling, and empowering individuals through support groups and educational tools. Visit glp1collective.org for more information. Today, we have the GLP-1 Community sweetheart, Jackson Lemay. You can find him on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. His social handles will be down in the show notes, so check them out because he is sure to make you laugh.
I'm so excited to have you. I'm so glad that you signed up and that you're here. Thank you.
Well, I reached out to you because I'm like, I don't know how I can help, but I want to help. I mean, the entire reason that I joined this community was to help people gain access, and that is exactly what you're fighting for. So I want to be a part of whatever you have going on. I'll march to the streets. I don't care.
Oh my gosh, and I love you for it. Thank you. You are what I would like to call a true advocate, and I'm so grateful. And I know so many other people are. I saw all these comments in that one post where you were like crying, and everyone's like, "You changed my life, Jackson." And I'm like, "Oh God, he's touched so many lives. It's incredible. You really do belong in the advocate showcase on the website because you're incredible."
Thank you. I appreciate
So,
it.
well, everyone appreciates you.
I know.
So,
I've cried like 20 times today because TikTok's ending. So
oh,
it's like I've been a
ah,
mess. My eyes have been puffy for days. I've been putting this like caffeine eye cream from Fix on it.
well, I can't tell. So you're
Okay,
good.
thank you.
Yeah, I was crying last night too. That was intense. All
Yeah,
of the shared memories. I'm so sad that I didn't find you guys sooner. I
I
was
know.
afraid of using TikTok because I didn't know how to. I like
Mhm.
never used social media. So I was just like, this is really intimidating and
Yeah.
it's all videos and I'm pretty self-conscious and
Mhm.
everyone's so welcoming and it's just so easy to be yourself there. I'm so glad that I found everyone and I'm not letting you guys go. I'm gonna follow you wherever you go.
Exactly. Well, for some people, it's like it's been a lifetime of just judgment and feeling like you aren't. There's not enough space in the room for you. Like you don't belong in that space. And for the first time ever, we feel like we can actually voice how we feel, and we can be vulnerable and tell other people how we feel and where we came from, and other people understand that, and they can resonate with where you've been and where you've came from. So it is very, very powerful. I've had a lot of therapy sessions on TikTok that I've never been able to get out in actual therapy. So it's weird.
Yes, yes. I feel you 100% there because everyone has kind of been there.
Hmm.
And if you're not on a GLP-1 journey, you don't get it.
No.
And even if you're just obese and you're not on a GLP-1 journey, you still don't get it. And you really don't get it if you haven't been in this community and seen how warm and welcoming it is. And a lot of the stories last night, people sharing about how they like never felt like they had a place in the world. And then
Hmm.
they found everyone and everyone was so welcoming and they could all relate. And it's like, oh, breaks my heart. It's so touching. And I'm, yeah, just grateful to have found you guys. Well, how did you first learn about GLP-1s?
So going back a while, a year and 5 months ago, 4 months ago now at this point, I had really been at a low point. I had gained a significant amount of weight back. I had originally lost 155 pounds, or really like 140 pounds, and got down to the lowest weight that I had ever been in my adult life. Even graduating high school, I was over 300 pounds. I was down at around 200. I never went really below that. And over time, I just gained weight back. It was something that was so just not feasible to maintain the weight loss. The way that I lost it wasn't healthily. I mean, I did do CrossFit, which was good, but also I was like harshly restricting, and I was doing all these like I didn't eat a piece of bread for I think over a year, which is like, how do you do that? You know, I no, it was like no carbs. I would go and have Chick-fil-A nuggets, and that's all I would eat for like the entire day, which was insane. Looking back, like that was on the other end of ED. Previously, I had struggled with the binge side of ED, and then it was going to the restricting side of ED, which is it's a scale, right? So now I fall in the healthy range where I'm like I'm able to satiate my body, and I'm able to thrive and be happy, and I'm not feeling like I'm overindulging, and I'm not feeling like I'm restricting because I'm prioritizing things. Sorry, I'm bouncing around all over the place. This is the ADD
No, it's
part. This is the
perfect.
ADD part, and it correlates. It correlates with obesity as well. Yeah, so I was at a really low point. I had gotten back up to 265 or 255, somewhere in that range. And I went to my provider, and it was time for my yearly blood work. So I got my blood work done. I told her I was really struggling with my relationship with food. And I actually asked her if I could be on phentermine. And she was like, I don't think phentermine's a good choice for you. I prescribed this other medication called Contrave that I think might be beneficial to you. She said it kind of helps with that food noise. And that's actually the first time I really heard food noise. And I guess my provider had been on the side, like she knew a little bit about GLP-1s. So she had heard that term before, which is really like weird. I was like, what is that? And then at a weird point, like 3 weeks later, I just was so sick on Contrave. It was making me nauseous. I literally like was tremors on my hands were shaking. I felt like gross. I felt nauseous 24/7. So I just cut it cold turkey. I just stopped. That day, I'm scrolling on TikTok and I come across JT, the flight attendant. I'm like, what is she talking about? What is Monjiro? So I watched her live for literally 2 hours, just listening and obtaining all the information and talking about side effects and how to manage them and all these different things. All these people asking like, how do I go to my provider and talk to them about it? After that, I was like, I need to learn more. So I went on the search bar and I typed in Monjiro. I remember it right now. Like I didn't even spell it right. Luckily, other people had misspelled it. I ended up finding more content, and then I found like Candace and Candace Marche and B and Annie and a bunch of the other like massive creators that are absolutely amazing and such an inspiration. I messaged my provider on the portal and I was like, hey, I don't know if I can get this medication because I'm not diabetic, but can you try to submit a prior authorization? And she submitted it, and I got a 3-year prior authorization. That was amazing, but you know how insurance goes. So now I've lost coverage because our plan changed and I no longer have access. So it's fine because I learned how to stack from this community. Geechee Girl Kim really emphasized you need to stack your boxes while you have them because coverage is not guaranteed. So 84-day prescriptions and chain dose escalations and decreases, and throughout that I have been able to have a little stockpile. So that was good. But the blood work came back from that doctor's appointment too, and I had high blood pressure, high cholesterol, and I was pre-diabetic. I was right within the range of pre-diabetes. She was like, you know what, this actually makes sense, like this medication could be beneficial. So she submitted a prior authorization. At the time Zepbound wasn't out, so I was able to get it off-label use for all those conditions, and then autoimmune conditions I struggle with as well. So I just got very, very lucky with timing, because if I waited a few months later, Zepbound would have been out and I probably wouldn't have gotten coverage. So it's all about just, I fell onto the feed that one day and it worked out for me. So it's changed
That is
everything.
such a good story.
Thank you. I hope people could follow it because I'm like all over.
No, that's perfect. It's really fun listening to you because you're not boring to talk to at all.
Thank you.
I did realize that the sun is harsh, so I'm like trying to get
It's
it
okay.
out of the way. I'm so sorry.
No, you're fine.
I am sitting cross-legged. I'm just chilling. Okay, sorry. I'll
You're
get
fine.
back on track. I also have some ADD.
I think
And
a
I
lot
did
of us
hear,
do. I think a lot of us
yes,
do.
I heard there was a connection.
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay. So, yeah, that story is incredible. And I have seen your stockpile. I think I've seen your stockpile. Isn't there like a wall of pens?
Yeah, I have a pretty sizable shelf on my fridge, and I had 36 boxes of Manjaro, which is 3 years. Now it's not quite that same stockpile, but it's still a lot. And
Oh
also
my gosh.
using compound when I could was obviously a great choice as well. That helped me get some more. Compound and name brand, literally, I feel no different at all. With compound, I actually feel like the suppression is more. Are you on name brand or compound?
Compound.
You're on compound, yeah. I feel like my suppression is more on compound, especially from Hallandale and Empower. I felt like my suppression was like, whoop. And I don't like want to be super suppressed. I want to be satiated.
Mhm.
That's what I want.
Yes.
So so on compound, I take less of a dose than I do on name brand, which is crazy, but
Yeah, I've been taking baby steps myself because I feel the same way. If I'm like totally suppressed, then I'm not eating and that's not healthy.
yeah,
So I'm
exactly.
like slowly dosing up,
It's finding a
but
balance.
for sure. I've not had the, I want to say like the honor of being able to try name brand because my insurance will not cover it and I couldn't get a prior auth. And I tried to get a coupon and it was like $695 for 7 doses and then it's gone anyway. And then you're back to $1,200. Like,
Yeah,
what? It's
it's
just, it should be illegal.
it should be. It's actually insane. It's actually insane. Like I don't understand how these other countries are able to access it for so little. And it's like, that where they're sourcing it, and it's very, very cheap. I mean, they've even released articles where they make Ozempic for like, a few dollars. Like it doesn't cost them roughly anything. Then they tack on all the pharmaceutical company tacks on all the fees for research and development, and obviously they have to have profit, which I completely understand. I get it, and they're beholden to shareholders. They have to turn a profit. That's how it works. That's how the world is. But then the PBMs step in, and then they tack on, what is it, 86 cents on every single dollar. The PBM adds to it. They're just a middleman that is overcharging the American people. We don't need them at all. They don't do anything for us. They dictate who can cover what. Your doctor isn't right. Your doctor's never right. No matter what your doctor wants to prescribe to you, the pharmacy or the pharmacy benefits manager decides how your care is going to be. Oh, you need a kidney transplant? Well, sorry, this isn't covered. This isn't covered. We don't deem it necessary because your kidney failure isn't to the stage where we believe it needs to be. You need to have a transplant, which is insane. People are lose their lives because of PBMs.
Yeah.
It's sad.
I just saw in the news there was someone who died from cancer because their treatments weren't covered. And it's like, how bad does it have to get before insurance will cover it?
Yeah.
They like to push the limit. They want you to be diabetic. I was borderline pre-diabetic and my doctor still prescribed it, but my insurance wouldn't cover it because
Mm,
I'm not diabetic yet.
yeah.
Wait until I'm actually struggling. Like, wait until you're what, actually dead from cancer before they're going to treat you. It's unconstitutional.
It is. It's wrong.
Do you mind if I drink this?
No, you're fine. Is it coffee?
It is.
Go
It's
ahead.
coffee.
Oh, I love that. I need to make one. I didn't make one because I ran in here to jump on this, but I'm gonna make one after.
Okay, so we know what started you on this journey. It's so cool. I love that the community like was the jumping point for you. That's
Yeah.
awesome. I wish that it was that way for me. I feel like you must have felt really supported by the community, but did you feel really supported by your family throughout the
Yeah.
journey?
So my family is very, very supportive. My mom is on Manjaro. It's literally changed her life. She's lost like 115 pounds. My dad started on Wegovy and now he is on semaglutide. My mom is on tirzepatide too now because they don't have coverage either. So
Oh
you know
no.
you know how that works. So it sucks. And then my brother and sister-in-law are both on Zepbound. So I have a whole family. The family that GLP is together stays together. So and my fiance is just naturally skinny, or my husband now is just naturally skinny, so he doesn't have to deal with it. But he does have back pain, so he did try it. He has cervical spine issue. He has a syrinx in his spine, and he did try a GLP-1 for like a month, and it really reduced his pain. But he doesn't get coverage, and we don't want to pay for compounds, so it's like,
The inflammation that it was helping
yeah,
with.
yeah,
That's
it
so
really
good.
helped. Dramatically helped with his inflammation. He literally was taking less pain. I don't know what platform this is going on, taking less other medication, because of the GLP-1. So it's kind of amazing how it works.
That's incredible. I haven't heard of people taking it just for inflammation, but I could definitely see that. That's like the first thing that goes. So
Yeah.
nice.
So I actually have an autoimmune condition called eosinophilic esophagitis, which causes my eosinophils to attack the lining of my esophagus, and it causes inflammation. So I've always had issues with swallowing. So I always have to have like a drink next to me, or like I'm afraid I'm going to choke. Even growing up, like it was fearful, like going to restaurants and stuff, because I didn't want to choke in front of people because it was something that was so common. On this medication, literally within the first like month, I noticed that I am able to swallow, and I did not have the same level of inflammation. So I don't struggle with swallowing. I've had a few flare-ups, a few issues throughout the past like year and 4 months, but it's significantly helped. And it's not a rare condition, but it's not a talked about condition very much. And there's other people in the community that have had it as well, and they said that they've had reduced inflammation as well. So it's kind of interesting to see how it works so different for people.
Yeah, that's amazing. I have never heard of that before, but
Yeah.
that I could definitely see that. That's amazing. It treats so many things. It's just unreal. And I'm so sure that the long list of things that are being treated, like sleep apnea and PCOS, and now that I cannot pronounce.
Yeah. I think PCOS would be the biggest indication that they could get. The thing is that people say it goes undiagnosed for so long, and it's difficult to diagnose, and it's often looked past or not diagnosed. So I think like having a PCOS indication would be very, very helpful for access. So I really, really hope that they end up getting that eventually.
Yeah, me
I
too.
think it'd be
I've
amazing.
seen a lot of people who've benefited. Okay, so you were totally supported with your family
Yeah.
and your community. What about the stigma online and in general from the public? Have you had to deal with any of the stigma personally?
Yeah, my comment section is torn up, baby. My comment section is crazy. I get every single gym bro, and they come to attack me. That's how I know that I'm doing something good, when the gym bros come. But yeah, like the stigma is terrible on the internet. You put yourself out there, you're open for criticism. People are going to criticize. It just rolls off me. I don't care if it doesn't affect my life. I don't care. So people can talk whatever they want to say. I'm treating a chronic health condition. That's how I chose to treat my body. People think that we just lay on the couch and eat Oreos, and that's just not the truth. So a lot of it comes from ignorance, and I think people will come around to it. I think people will over time. It takes a long time, and I think that fat phobia is ingrained into our society, and eat less, move more is ingrained into our society. I mean, I grew up watching The Biggest Loser, begging. I wanted so bad, desperately. I was morbidly obese as a child. I was desperate to be on that show. I wanted Jillian Michaels to yell in my face. I wanted to be on a treadmill for 12 hours a day to lose the weight, because I thought that that was my only possible way to lose weight. I begged. I wanted it so bad. We watched people get tortured on TV for entertainment. That was normalized, and it's always been normalized. And the fad diets and the quick fixes and the Weight Watchers and the Jenny Craigs and the cabbage diet and the keto and the everything that is unsustainable long term comes in, comes out. The pharmaceutical, the what is it? I don't know, the trim pills or whatever at CVS that I bought when I was 12 years old from lunch money. Yeah. I mean, it's just a cycle. And then now what you're seeing now is, because GLP-1s actually work, you're seeing the GLP-1 alternatives and the natural GLP-1s, which don't work. They're not clinically proven. They're not tested. A lot of the time, it's just a glorified berberine supplement in cute packaging. And it doesn't do what these medications do. And we're going to more and more, we're going to see everything naturally boost GLP-1s. You eat a lean cuisine, naturally boost GLP-1. You eat this yogurt or popcorn or whatever it is, everything is going to have GLP-1 because it works. So that's what we're going to see coming up next.
I've seen a lot of that, and you're absolutely right because there's a market for it. It works, and there are the people who are afraid of taking this medication, even though it works, because they've been fear-mongered and heard some maybe an extremely rare horror story, and they're like, "Oh, it's so unhealthy. Let me find the natural version."
Yep, exactly.
Oh, and yeah, it's just people who are uneducated.
Mm-hmm.
I know Dr. Ogle. I was on the Plus Size podcast with Dr. Ogle, and she was the professional that they brought in. She's an obesity specialist. Fantastic person who just got attacked on TikTok in the comments because she was talking about how obesity is a chronic illness that if you stop taking this medication, the symptoms will come back.
Yeah.
And people were just tearing her up. And I'm like, oh my, it's just, I'm like, you guys are so lucky that she's such a compassionate and empathetic patient person, because those people who are cruel in the comments might not be helped, but maybe someone who sees that compassionate approach to an ugly comment might be helped and become educated. Because to be honest, the first thing I'd heard of Ozempic was horror stories.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, this is scary. I could like die. It's not going to work if I'm dead.
Yeah.
You know, you get to a certain point where, like you said, diet and exercise and eating disorders and yo-yoing with your weight just gets to be too much. And you're like willing to try anything. And that's how I started on it. I was just like, I just kept hearing so-and-so was on it and so-and-so was on it and this person's on it. And I'm like, Jesus, everyone is on this. And like, what am I missing then? If it's not like, they're not dead. They're not dead yet.
Yeah.
You're having these success stories. Where are all the dead bodies?
I think of all the people that come onto the medication and they give up so early because of very, very manageable side effects. And I think about how those people's lives could literally be changed if they had a provider that's in their corner helping them manage these things, because side effects do not have to be persistent. They don't have to be. For me, I'm someone that hasn't suffered with side effects really at all. My family don't, because they know the tips and tricks that this community have given. It's so sad to see so many people, they might come off of it because they have a little constipation, and it's like, baby, we can help you with some fiber. Like, we just need to get some fiber in your diet and we got you. You know?
It's so true. I've seen a lot of that. And I think a big part of it is not having a community. Like, you came into having a community right away with tips and tricks. And I myself just kind of dove into Reddit, and I
Yeah.
was like, what's up? Let me get some honest reviews.
That's where, hey, that's where you're gonna get it, is Reddit, for real.
Yes, honest reviews. Not
Yeah.
always nice ones, but the truth.
I've seen some crazy
Um,
things on Reddit.
Same. So, yeah, I think it's really common for people to just be tossed this medication from their provider and then not have the support system that they need to continue their journey. I just hope that we can bring more people in and educate them and support them. And again, I'm just so grateful for people like you who are out there doing what you can to help everyone in the world achieve what you've achieved and live a healthy, fulfilling life. Okay, so you've dealt with stigma. Do you think that there is a difference between the stigma for men and women?
Oh, yes, 100%. Yeah, I think with men particularly, there is such a white knuckle approach. You have to white knuckle, you have to suffer. Suffering is rewarded, essentially. Like, there's a gold medal at the end of the tunnel if you just suffer through and you just lose the weight and you just work out and you diet and you bust your ass and you just keep pushing and pushing and pushing and struggle. The more you struggle, the more that's rewarded, apparently. And I think because of that, men are not as vulnerable and as willing to share because of the judgment that comes along with, hey, you're taking the easy way out. Hey, you're taking a shortcut. You're not struggling enough. You need to struggle more. And I noticed it when I came into the community. I mean, there were not that many men sharing when I came in. Now there are a lot more. And I think it's because of people like me and Jay and other men as well, Louis, and I mean, there's a lot of men that have shared their journeys, and I think it's because of seeing other people share made them feel comfortable sharing their journey. And I think women are the harshest on other women. I think there's a lot of stigma from other women, and I don't know if sometimes it comes maybe out of spite or maybe out of jealousy in some cases, but then also there's a part where it's like, well, I lost it naturally. That's a thing I see a lot. I lost it naturally. Why can't you do that? And it's like, well, you may not suffer from the same medical conditions that I suffer from. So there's a stigma on both sides, but it's really going to be difficult to overcome that. And I think that education, I think that the new definition of obesity is going to really help with that. I think we're trending in the right direction, but it's so ingrained in society. It's going to take a while.
Yeah, yeah, we do. We have to normalize the use by, like you said, sharing stories because I noticed, at least on Instagram, that's where I first started
Hmm.
my quest. It's like all women. And that might just be the nature of Instagram. It was pretty rare for me to see a man. And
Hmm.
then I go on TikTok, and you're right, there's a lot more of them, but there's still more women sharing. And I was wondering how much of that is due to guys feeling like they have to repress themselves and their emotions and not share and be manly. Yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely true. I don't know of any OG men, the men that were on the OG savings card. Maybe there were some out there that aren't sharing or didn't share, but I haven't personally met anyone, I don't think, that was on the OG savings card for Manjaro that was back there when Annie and Nurse April and, some of the OGs, JT, Kim, like all those people. I don't know of any man that was sharing at that point in time. Maybe there were, but I didn't see him. Louis maybe, but yeah, I think that there was like a new age. It was like people coming into the space, and then now more men are sharing, and then other men see other men. It's like he stopped into my life and now he shares his journey. So it's like it's cool seeing you help other people and now them helping other people, because now he's like an advocate for another company and he's helping people. So it's cool to see that pay off over time.
That's got to be really rewarding. It's like paying it forward.
Yeah.
So you mentioned that you had an ED. Do you mind me asking if that had a specific name? Like if there was a type of ED or if it was kind of an all-around ED?
It was binging until I was sick. That's what it was. It was going home, knowing I had food at home, and I was going to stop in a drive-through and get food, and then I was going to eat a full meal when I got home as well. And I was probably going to have dessert as well. Then I would just be thinking in the morning about eating. And if I woke up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom, I'd get a snack. And it was just insatiable. And I described this in the CNN article that I was in. I literally call it an insatiable itch. And I didn't know that they were going to name the article that, but they named it after what my quote was. I literally described it. It's an insatiable itch, and the only way to scratch that itch is to indulge, is to eat, to overeat, and to be fully satiated to the point of sickness was what I felt. This medication has literally changed everything for me. My relationship with food, my relationship with myself, my other relationships, the relationships around me, it's night and day. It's completely different. So that once you have the freedom from the food, it's like you have so much more capacity to think more openly. It's like we go on vacations now, and cruising is like our favorite thing. We love cruising. You know that cruising is you're surrounded by a buffet 24/7. So you can eat and get late night pizza, and you can like way overindulge. the way that cruises used to be is we would go on and our entire day was planned around food. We're going to eat breakfast then, and then we're going to go do this, and then we're going to get a snack, and then we're going to do this, and then we're going to get lunch, and then we're going to get a little snack in between, and then we're going to go see a show, and then we're going to have dinner. It's like everything was planned around food. Now it's like, let's go to the hot tub, let's chill, we'll get out when we're hungry, and we'll go get something to eat. And it's like, I don't gain weight when I go on vacation anymore. I don't. It's crazy. Like, if I do, maybe it's like a pound or two and it's off in a day because it's just inflammation. Before, you go on a cruise and it's like you're gaining 7 to 10 pounds, and it's like, this is insane. And then you come back and you feel like crap. It's like, now I don't have to worry about that. And when you're constantly surrounded by food that you're not even having to prepare, it makes it a lot easier to indulge. So yeah, it's changed a lot for us. For me.
I have a history of bulimia, and I felt the same way. It was like the first week I started taking it. By the end of the week, it was like the switch just was off. And
Mhm,
you're right, I'd never heard of the word food noise before until
mhm.
social media.
Yeah,
And people just kept saying it and saying it. And I'm like, oh, well, what is that? But at the same time, I'm like, I'm pretty sure I know what they're talking about. I'm
yeah,
pretty sure I'm experiencing this and it's like life changing.
yeah. My fear with GLP-1s is the not monitoring and the not having that support system to be able to nourish your body properly. And I think that some people out there are using it as a way to not eat at all. And that makes me very fearful. And then also being in this community, like telling people like, hey, go to the TDEE calculator, make sure you're eating enough. Like, why am I so fatigued? Why do I feel like crap? Because you may not be getting enough energy, because calories are energy. At the end of the day, in other countries, they on their packaging, it says energy and then it says slash cal. Calories are energy. So if you're not eating enough, then that's why you probably feel fatigued. I really just hope that, like, I always recommend people talking to a registered dietitian if when possible, or even a nutritionist if it's possible. You have to eat enough on these medications. People have to eat enough, because if you don't, you're doing way more harm to your body than good. Then it goes like what I was saying, from one end of the spectrum to the other end. So people have to be very, very cognizant and careful about that.
Yeah, I agree 100%. I'm trying to get registered dietitians or nutritionists and physicians all up on the website so that people can find them locally. I've
Yeah.
got like a locator map that I'm working on so people can just find them in their state or telehealth providers. Because you're right, a lack of knowledge when you first start this medication can be dangerous.
Yeah.
And I know that there was a time I was not eating enough and
Mhm.
I was losing hair. And I'm looking it up and I'm like, this is a common symptom. And I wonder how much of that is just poor nutrition, because I started using creatine. I started making sure I was eating more protein
Yeah.
and my
Yep.
vitamin B's, and my hair has been doing so much better.
I love that. That's good. I love that.
Ah,
I'm
but
gonna
yeah,
have
I
to.
think nutrition's a lot.
Yeah, for sure. And a lot of people don't even know about the coverages on their insurance. When I had my previous plan, my dietitian was fully covered and they charged my insurance like $250. I mean, it is insane the amount that they charge your insurance, but it was completely free of charge to me and it went towards my deductible. So always, if you have the ability, call your insurance. If you have insurance, call them and ask what coverage for a dietitian or a nutritionist that you have, because if they have ICD-10 code for obesity, you potentially could have coverage and it could be free of charge or like a lower copay, just to be able to access it. And I don't think it's something that you have to go like every single month. I think if you can like go a few times a year and kind of just touch base and see where you're at, and adjust your calories based on where you're at then for your new weight, if you had lost or gained weight or wherever you're at, just to like see where you're at and also give you ideas. Like, my dietitian really, really helped me figure out things that I can eat, because a lot of the times it's like food is kind of boring now, a little bit. So it's like I have to like find new things to try to spice it up. So like finding new recipes and things. So my dietitian would send me recipes and stuff, and I'd be like, wow, now this is like my new like comfort food. My guilty pleasure is real good chicken. Have you had it?
No.
Okay, you have to do this. real good chicken on a carb mission tortilla, buffalo sauce, cheese, lettuce, like a snack wrap. Carb mission tortilla, it's got a ton of protein and a ton of fiber. That's why I get those ones. And the real good chicken is super high in protein. You can get a wrap that has 50 grams of protein, which is
Oh,
it's good.
okay.
Make it
Yeah,
happen.
I'm gonna try that, and then I'm gonna tag you, and
Okay,
I'm gonna
thank you.
gonna take a picture of it.
I made a video about this and I tagged Real Good Chicken and they were like, it was like a dancing video, so embarrassing. But they were like, this is our new Real Good Chicken dance. And I was like, that's cool. I was like, can you, I DM'd them and I was like, hey, I like your chicken. But they didn't respond.
Oh,
Yeah.
that is really cute, though.
Yeah, it was cute. I was happy that they responded, but on the video, but they didn't respond to the DM. But I want to make UGC for them. I want to make a chicken taco video.
Oh, that's awesome. Okay, well, I have to try it now.
Yes,
I'm determined. Thank you.
no
I
problem.
actually I didn't know that about the insurance, or at least I never thought about it. Never really thought about it.
Hmm.
It's a really good point. I should probably stick that up on the website under like educational tools or something.
Yeah.
Like checking with your insurance for X, Y, and Z. That's a really good point. Thank you.
Also, if you do have a dietitian, then it can be good to notate and have medical chart and notes about meeting with a dietitian for coverage for GLP-1s. So, like, if you're meeting with a dietitian, make sure it's notated. If you're doing any sort of gym or exercise, anything like that, anything that could aid in your health, try to notate it as much as possible. And if you're on the journey and you feel that you're going to have loose skin, also notate that you have skin irritation or a rash, because insurance may cover those skin removal surgeries later on, but you have to notate it as you're going. Make sure it's in your charts. So those are a few tips I've learned.
That's a great idea. Oh,
Yeah.
that's good. Thank you.
Get everything notated. You need it in the charts as you're going along.
Yeah, thank you. That's a really good idea. It makes a lot of sense. I'm gonna have to tell people this. I'm gonna have to do this for myself and tell people this.
Yes. Yes. This has been so transformative to me as just a person because I feel like I've grown alongside so many people. Now, people that joined the community in like January of last year are like, I'm a year in and this has like changed my life. I like someone came in my life, it literally made me cry. She said that she's happy that this year she can stand up and she can rake leaves because last year she couldn't stand up.
Yeah, that's really touching.
It's powerful.
Yeah,
It's
that's
amazing.
really powerful. You're gonna make me cry. Don't do it. Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
it's rough. It's just so it's so insane to see people literally. It's just like the things that we overlook that we don't even think about. It's nothing to us because we're able to do that, and someone that's struggling with rheumatoid arthritis or some of these other chronic conditions and obesity and COPD and everything just stacks on and stacks on, and other comorbidities make other things worse. This year she's not struggling from that and she's able to do that, which is, I mean, I'm so grateful to be able to be a part of their journey. But when I get these DMs and when I get these messages, it just makes me so emotional because I'm like, these people have been struggling with these chronic conditions for decades, sometimes decades, with no end in sight, no hope. And now they're literally being treated for the whole person, the holistic person, everything. Their mind is better, it's clear, no longer foggy. Their body is healthier, they're able to function and do things that they couldn't do. Some people are saying that they feel like 20 years younger just from a medication. People say not to say that it's a miracle drug, and to those people, whatever, don't say it's a miracle drug. But to many people that are in our community, it is a miracle drug. It is a miracle because some of the people in our community didn't know if they were going to make it to the next year, to the next Christmas, to the next Thanksgiving with their family. And now they are. So I think it is, in my personal opinion, it is a miracle.
I could not agree more. That's why I started on the whole quest, because I saw so many people with these incredible stories of, like you said, like not even being able to comfortably walk.
Yep.
And now they're running half marathons
Yeah.
and living this full life. And then they're losing their insurance coverage. And I I just I can't even fathom how difficult it would be to go from that life of being so marginalized and suffering so much. And then finally being in this place where you can look in the mirror with pride for the first time. And like you said, rake the freaking leaves.
Yeah,
Losing access to medication. Like your chronic illness is chronic. It comes back if you stop taking your medication. And I just cannot even fathom how inhumane it is to take that away and make someone go back to that.
it's wrong.
So,
It's
yeah.
it's they are using humans as a dollar sign and not looking at them as humans. Everything is about how they can profitize people and pay out the least amount. That's just not how it should work. That's not humane. It's not decent to do that to people. People shouldn't have to struggle with these chronic conditions. And also, their healthcare shouldn't be so unaffordable that they go into crippling medical debt just to stay alive. It's wrong.
Yeah. Yeah. Random side note, I went to Canada and I got shingles.
Oh, dang.
It sucked. I went to the clinic down the street. It was like $70 for the visit without insurance as a
Yeah.
visitor and for the medication. And they gave me two different medications. And I was like, what just happened?
Yeah.
I'm
What
not
is
in
this?
America right now.
Yeah. What is this? It's kind of crazy. But and then you also go to like places like Tijuana and you can get like all these things. And that's why everyone goes there. You can't get these things in America for this cheap. Like people go and stock up on antibiotics because their PBM makes them pay $40 for that antibiotic that costs them 30 cents. It's like it's insane.
Yeah.
And Mark Cuban is so amazing. Like his cost plus program is going to literally revolutionize healthcare and it's going to make things so much more accessible. Have you heard about it? So Cost Plus is a platform that Mark Cuban runs and it's all about affordable medications. And they just added liraglutide, so it's the first GLP-1 that is on it. It gives people the ability to access things like a statin or a thyroid medication, levothyroxine, for what normally would be like a large copay through their insurance or even some like biotherapeutics, biologics, expensive medications over $1,000. It allows them to make the medications generic and distribute it to the person for what the cost of the medication is, plus a small fee, and then it's shipped to their house. So instead of the PBMs coming in and marking up the medication drastically and charging the person for a medication that may be $800, Mark Cuban can send it to their house and it may be like $60. I mean, you really have to look at their website and see how insane some of the markdowns are. But these PBMs are destroying us. They're destroying people and their financial future is destroyed because of the cost of these medications. And Cost Plus is going to change a lot of things. And it's going to open up a lot of people to be able to access things that they can't access currently. It's amazing.
I'll have to look into this. I
Yeah.
can't believe I haven't heard of it, but that sounds incredible. I wonder how it's getting funded. Is it just,
Um,
it's not just him, right? Is it donations?
I'm sure that he's got funding, I'm sure, but it's so they're just making the generic medications. The generic
Oh,
medications are cheap, but they're making them for the cost that it costs to make the medications, and then they're just putting, I think it's like a
I
15%
see.
a 15% markup on it and then shipping it to your house. So it's making medications more affordable.
Wow.
You should go to the website and play with it. It's super fun. Just type in like a everyday medication like levothyroxine.
Yeah. I wonder how much my asthma medication is because even with insurance, it's pretty expensive.
Yeah, it's probably really expensive. So Synthroid, usually the medication would cost for a 90-day at 300 mcg. The medication cost is $82.80, but through Cost Plus, it's only $7.89.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's a big difference.
yeah.
Okay, I'm
So
gonna look into this.
So they just added generic liraglutide, and it's a little bit actually more expensive than it is at Publix. But liraglutide is more affordable or cheaper, much cheaper. It's going to help people get access. But the cheapest place I believe is through GoodRx and through Publix. If you have Publix, where in the country are you?
Iowa, we don't have
Oh
Publix.
yeah, Iowa.
Sucks.
So sorry.
I've
So
been to a
sorry.
Publix before. They're nice.
What is in Iowa?
What is in Iowa?
What is there?
Oh, I thought you said what is an Iowa?
What is in Iowa? No, like what is
Well, we
the
got a lot of corn. We got some
is
cows.
it Walmart primarily? Probably a lot of Walmarts.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
So much
That's what I
Walmart.
thought. That's what I thought. Probably Walmarts. I like Walmart.
Mm,
Walmart has the real good chicken. So
really?
yes,
Is it
they do.
frozen?
It is frozen.
Okay,
It
I am
is.
gonna have to go check it out. They better have it here.
It's good.
Cool.
They have the garlic parmesan nuggets, and then they have the strips. I believe they have both at Walmart. I get them at Costco though.
Okay. All right. We've got a Costco, but it's an hour away.
That's insane. That's insane. I'm like within
Oh,
probably
God.
30 minutes of two different Costco's. So that's crazy.
Oh, God, of course. I'm guessing it's more like city there.
I'm kind of out in the outskirts, so I'm like
Okay.
above Atlanta, so I'm like northeast Georgia. I'm like just close within or just close enough be able to drive to all the things that I want to, but like not have to deal with all the congestion of the million houses and apartments that they're building in Atlanta because it's so congested. It's getting worse and worse, and traffic sucks here. I'm
I
sure
used to
traffic.
live there
Did you? Ugh.
really briefly growing up, but I did live in well, right next to Jacksonville.
Okay.
So in Georgia, but like right on the border. I lived there like 3 different times. My dad was in the military, so we just kept
Yeah.
moving back.
Yeah.
Loved Georgia. I have a lot of great memories.
I like Georgia. It is getting busy. I think it's getting busy everywhere though. Like all the big
Yeah.
cities. The thing is that housing is so unaffordable that they just keep building apartments and then everyone is stacked on top of each other and it's too much like congestion. It's a lot of people.
So it is getting busier here too. I live in the outskirts, like literally surrounded by farm fields, and they're all getting bought up by contractors and they're building all these houses because it is so cheap to
Yeah.
live here. And so many people are moving here now.
You know what? I wouldn't sound too bad.
The cost of living here is really cheap. I'm sorry, I will get back on track.
No, you're fine. You're fine.
What advice would you give anyone who is just starting to look into taking GLP-1s, not quite taking the leap?
My advice would be look into it, read the data. That's what I would say. And don't read the headlines, read the data. That's what I would say. Because headlines can be alarmist a lot of the times as things that are very, very rare. For a while, there was a big story about someone in Australia that unalived from taking 2 GLP-1s at once, but people don't read the story, they read the headline. I would say read the clinical data and see how the trials worked and how it helped with comorbidities, and then call your insurance and try to see if you can get coverage. That's going to be your best bet. I don't know how many people there are that literally just don't even try. They just go straight to a med spa a lot of times out of shame, out of not wanting to go to their provider, not feeling comfortable talking to their doctor. Everyone should call their insurance and see if the medication can be covered by insurance for whatever your chronic conditions are. So that would be my biggest advice. And don't wait as well. Don't wait. Start if you can.
I love that. That is great advice. Well, thank you so much, Jackson. You are my favorite person on the internet, and you've got to be the favorite of so many others. You're just so funny. You bring so much joy to the community, and you have really helped normalize the use. So people who haven't even started yet will be thanking you later too.
I really hope so. I will be a part of anything that you have going on. Just tell me when and I'll be there. If we're marching, if you're going down to Virginia, DC, we'll march. I don't care. Just tell me where, I'm there because I want to help fight for access too. So
Thank you so much. You're the freaking best.
thank
I'm
you.
so
I mean,
glad I had the chance to talk to you.
no,
I'm
I
so
appreciate you
stoked.
having me. I was like, I kept seeing your stuff. And I was like, you know what? I need to message her. I need to get on this. I need to talk with her. I need to see what I can do. So I'm here. If you want a reoccurring guest, I can come back. Just let me know. I'm
People freaking love you, so that'd be great.
thank you. Just have me back whenever. If something comes up, you need a new guest to fill in, I'm there. So thank you so much for having me, and thank you for so much for what you're doing, because it is important, and it's not about the people that see you right now on TikTok. It's about the millions that don't have access, that don't know that you're fighting for them. So keep doing what you're doing.
Thank you. I really appreciate it. Well, I will see you around, and I'm going to follow you wherever you go.
Yeah. All right. Thank you.
Thanks, Jackson. Bye.
Bye.
GLP-1 Collective. 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 Welcome to the 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 GLP. Collective.